Welcome. This presentation is about Coastal Graphics LLC, the easy, effective, and affordable online presence builder. And please do visit our website at www.coastalgraphics.com. What is your online presence? It's your business or organization website, obviously. It's also secondary websites or landing pages. It's your social media accounts and your social media footprint, your blogs and announcements, opt-in email newsletters, keyword there being opt-in, and links and listings on other websites pointing to your website and other components of your online presence. Why is your online presence important? Well, obviously, in this day and age, it's the primary way customers find you. It's also the primary way customers communicate with you and want to communicate with you. Many people would rather go to your website and fill out a form or drop you an email than they would pick up the phone. That's a little bit more effort. It's the primary projector of your public image. A good and effective web presence can make a guy working out of his garage look like a Fortune 500 company. And conversely, of course, a poor web presence can make a Fortune 500 company look like a fly-by-night outfit. And apropos to that, it of course speaks to your overall competence. It also distinguishes you from your competition. First impressions are lasting ones. If your web presence communicates the idea that you don't have much of a budget, people are going to assume that you don't have much of a business in comparison to your competition. And finally, of course, it's a proactive sales vehicle and a proactive customer service vehicle, or at least it should be. In summary, it's an integral part of any modern business. Why is the quality of your online presence, and in particular the quality of your website, important? Well, in addition to everything we just mentioned, search engine page rank, meaning at what level is your site placed in the results returned by Google and the other search engines, is based almost entirely on the search engine's assessment of the quality of the user experience that the web page in question provides. And that, of course, is comprised of the quality of content, the quality of structure, and the quality of the presentation. Search engine algorithms also now take into account what visitors do once they arrive at your website. Meaning, if you have Google Analytics and you've ever looked at it, it knows how long people that visit your website stay on each particular page. That's all in your metrics. And it's in your bounce rate statistics. And Google now assumes that all other things being equal, if somebody stays on your page longer, then that page presents a higher quality of content and consequently is justified in receiving a higher page rank. So it's no longer just enough to draw visitors, you have to also retain them for at least a few minutes. So what are our considerations when analyzing our online presence, and in particular our website? Well, number one, portability. You should be able to pack it up and move it from web host to web host and from developer to developer. Compatibility. You should be able to work with and integrate any mainstream or commonly used technology or module. Expandability, which is kind of related to that. You should be able to grow it as your business grows. User-friendliness. Obviously, people have to be able to find the information they're looking for quickly and easily. Mobile friendliness. Just about half of the content that's consumed nowadays is done so on mobile devices. And as an aside, that too is something that Google and the other search engines take into account. If your site is mobile friendly and your competitor's site is not, all other things being equal, Google is going to rank your competitor's or your site, the one that is mobile friendly, higher than it is your competitor's site, because again, a mobile friendly site means a higher quality user experience, which is ultimately what Google and the search engines are primarily concerned with. And cost, of course. You can do it yourself. Why not do it yourself? Well, there's two reasons: quality and opportunity cost. If you're not somebody who does something day to day, anything you do is going to produce a result that's of inferior quality than somebody that does do it 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can do anything yourself. You can do your own plumbing. You can do your own electrical work. Maybe a better example, a more realistic example for a business is you can do your own accounting. But you're going to get an inferior result because you don't know all the ins and outs as someone, an accountant, for example, that does this every day in and out. And perhaps more importantly, it's a distraction from the things that you need to be doing. There's an opportunity cost involved. For every hour you're working on your website and your online presence, that's an hour that you forego working on the actual substance of your business. Well, is there any circumstance under which you should do it yourself? Well, yes, and I'm not being facetious. Do you like tinkering with this stuff? I do. That's why I do it. But most people don't. If, however, you do enjoy it, then by all means, I would encourage you to, dip your toe in there and try to do at least part of it yourself. However, even if that is the case, the first two caveats still apply. You are still going to have issues of quality, and you're still going to have issues of opportunity cost in terms of the time requirements it takes you to work on this stuff yourself when you could be and should be working on other aspects of your business. So why choose Coastal Graphics? Number one, we're artists. This business was started as an outgrowth of interest in art and design. Actually, when I went to college, my original aspiration was to be a portrait painter, but alas, I wasn't good enough. I guess a lot of aspiring athletes have a similar experience. But I vowed that I was going to spend my professional life doing something that is at least art related, and I've always done that. And my interest in programming computers and creating websites was an outgrowth of that. And to this day, that's the reason I do it. Yes, obviously we want to make a living, but we also want to create things of beauty and elegance that we can be proud of. And to us, it's a creative endeavor, not just in terms of making pretty pictures and things that look nice, but of solving business problems. And that really is the name of the game. We enjoy creating things of beauty that we can be proud of, and we enjoy solving business problems. We don't use cookie cutter solutions. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. So all of our designs are original and custom tailored to your needs. Again, our aim, our meta goal, our meta function is to solve business problems, not just create pretty pictures or create a standard boilerplate solution that really doesn't exactly address your particular needs. The way we typically work, just as a quick aside, is we'll ask you to give us a URL or two of a website you like. If for example, we're working on a new website for you, and we'll talk about your business with you, and subsequent to that, we'll give you a non-functioning prototype, a mock-up, if you will. Typically, if you hate it, we tear it up and start over. If you like it, great, we go with it. And if you like parts of it, but you're not nuts about other parts of it, well, we keep working on it until you're satisfied with it. We don't make you reinvent the wheel. If 9 out of 10 people out there are already addressing a problem that's similar to yours in a certain way, we believe that's the way you should address that problem. It saves on time, it saves on money, and it also makes your website more compatible with others, which, as we stated earlier, is an important component of creating your online presence. We don't make you swat a fly with a bazooka. The average length of time that a technology product qualifies as being, quote, state-of-the-art, close quote, is 18 months. Now, that doesn't mean it won't be useful, for many years to come, but it's no longer state-of-the-art after 18 months. And that being the case, you shouldn't pay for a bunch of features and a bunch of capabilities that you're never going to use. We don't make things more complicated than they have to be. Hey, nobody hates a steep learning curve more than me, and I'm sure you feel the same way. So, when we create something for you, we want you to be able to hit the ground running and start using it right away. The last thing you want to do is have to take a class in how to use something, because again, that speaks to what we talked about earlier, which is that opportunity cost. It distracts you from things in your business that you should be giving your attention to. So we try to minimize that as much as possible. And finally, we don't make you pay for a rocket scientist when all you really need is a good mechanic. One thing to keep in mind when creating your online presence is you're going to have to maintain your online presence. And in that task, you're going to require a certain level of expertise. That's why you have to choose solutions that are not going to force you to pay for a very, very expensive level of expertise unnecessarily. When you have to employ maintenance work on your online presence from time to time, as you will. My favorite business quote: "An educated consumer is our best customer." As an entrepreneur, one of my least favorite hats that I wear, and of course entrepreneurs wear multiple hats, is the sales hat. I'm getting more comfortable at it, but when I am acting in that role, my goal is not to persuade so much as it is to educate, because I really believe that once you truly understand this stuff and the true nature of it, you'll come to appreciate what a tremendous value Coastal Graphics really does offer. So let's talk just a little bit about our product lines and our service lines. Our product lines consist of Website Pro, which is a complete business website solution; Traffic Boost, which is a complete landing page solution; Content Flare, which is a quality content development service; and Screen Test, in which we custom create video for your website or YouTube channel. Our service lines, of course, include Website Contractor, in which we can custom engineer a very, very wide variety of applications and creations for your special and unique needs; and of course something we call Marketing Artisan, which is a complete line of graphic design services, so that your offline marketing materials can be as effective as your online marketing materials, and also match those marketing materials in both an aesthetic sense and in a presentation sense. Okay, so let's talk about Website Pro. This is our complete website solution. We utilize a WordPress framework. Now, I don't know if you know what WordPress is. It's what's called a content management system. There are several of them out there, but WordPress is by far the most popular. And it is really becoming the standard way in which websites are created in this day and age. It enables you to implement and integrate a very, very wide variety of really unique and cool and useful modules very easily and very inexpensively. We custom design it at your direction, and we include your own marketing images. We'll create a logo for you if you don't have one, or if you need one, or if you want a new one. We also include up to 4 stock images from Adobe Stock or another provider. And I was watching a television commercial for one of these free website creation things the other night on TV, and they were saying, well, we'll give you a free Facebook page or a free Twitter fan page if you sign up with us. So I said to myself, okay, well, I'll give them a free Facebook page and Twitter fan page cover image as well. We will custom configure the contact response form in any way you like. We will also include with that an autoresponder. It's important to people when they submit a form on your website that they get a response right away. Even if it's automated, they don't have to know that. And even if they do know that, it just makes them feel as though you're paying attention to them. We will place up to 5 pages of your content within that WordPress framework. We include SEO optimization, which means search engine optimization, so that your website is structured as efficiently as possible with respect to Google and the other search engines' ability to crawl it and catalog it and analyze it, so that you appear at a reasonably good page rank. And we'll put Google Analytics in it so that you can track the traffic statistics to your website. And we'll install it on your own hosting platform. If you have a GoDaddy account or a one-in-one account or some other provider, Bluehost, Rackspace, we'll install it on there for you. And if you don't have hosting and you need hosting, we'll give you that for just $99 additional a year, and you'll find that that's more than competitive with all of the commodity host providers such as GoDaddy and 1&1 and so forth. And if you need a domain name, that costs $19.99 a year to register that domain name. We'll also give you a CD of the completed system so that you always have it handy if for some unforeseen reason you should need it. And we do all of that for $4.99. I think you'll agree that that's a great price. Our next product is Traffic Boost. Now this is where we professionally design and create a landing page for you. Now a landing page is simply a one-page website with a call to action form that is either some way of contacting you or initiating business, or a reference to some other aspect on your website. It is not a substitute for your website, it is a supplement to your website. And it's, again, a way of making your overall online presence more ubiquitous. And in that vein, it is pretty effective in giving you a higher placement in search engine rankings. So we include domain registration, hosting for a year for that. That's all included. Custom call to action form, we'll configure that any way you want, plus 3 stock images. We additionally will do your content development for your landing page. You give us the basic ideas of what you want to communicate, and we will draft the content and give it the appropriate flair and search engine optimization so that it can be crawled and cataloged by Google and the other search engines in the most efficient manner. We'll set up Google AdWords for you if you wish. Google AdWords is Google's paid search placement program, in which you purchase clicks for certain keywords. And you can do that if you wish. I recommend it for a new site. It's probably the quickest and most efficient way to get you into Google, to tell Google you're there, and to generate some traffic to your site. We do all of that for the low fee of $299. Our next product is what we call Content Flare. Now, we talked about the importance of quality content. It's the most important thing in determining your page rank in Google and the other search engines. Actually, there's 3 things that determine your page rank in the search engines. The first and most important is the quality of your content. And that's important because A, that's something that you have 100% control over, and B, that's the thing that is going to determine the second component, which is the inbound links. If you have quality content and something to offer, you're going to generate more inbound links. And not all inbound links are equal in the eyes of Google. You know, inbound links have to be in an editorial context. They should not be reciprocal links. Google is wise to that. And in short, Google judges, insofar as is possible, those links that it believes to be sincere interest in your content to be superior links, and it rewards those links with a higher search engine rank. So that's why your content in its presentation is so critical. And we provide that for $50 per page for 500 words. Our last product is something I'm excited about. It's called Screen Test. One of the ways to basically not only engage visitors on your website, but to really get their attention and hold them there. And remember, we mentioned earlier that holding visitors on your website is something that Google takes into account. How long do they stay there? That's something that can really affect your Google PageRank in a really positive way as well. So we will create for you a 1 to 2 minute promotional video, and it can be a standard video with just rolling text and graphics and pictures, or I'm sure you've all seen this kind of thing where a hand kind of draws something and it tells a story and it gives you a little narrative about your business and what you offer. And in this case, it is rendering this handsome devil. But we can do something like that for you as well. So this is something we're real excited about. We will do the content script and storyboard development. We will create for you a YouTube channel if you don't already have one. Oh, and by the way, YouTube is the #2 search engine in the world. So if you're not on YouTube, gosh, you really, really need to get on there. And of course, we'll install it on your website. And that's for the modest sum of $299. I think you'll agree that's a great deal too. Okay, let's talk about our service line real quick. Website contractor. This basically is what we file everything else under. You may need some very esoteric or specialized web application or function that's really specific to you to be created and installed on your website. You may need your current website fixed or repaired, and we love to do fixes, repairs, and modifications and improvements to your current website. We do custom web applications, registrations, private membership areas, shopping carts. I could go on and on about e-commerce and online payment processing systems if you want to take credit cards or do anything of the like, online sales presentations, and even search engine friendly foreign language versions. So say you wanted a Spanish language version of your website, we'll create that for you, and it will be catalogable, if that's a word, indexable by the search engine. So users who are searching in Spanish will be able to find you as well. And we do all of that for $50 an hour, which is ridiculously cheap. And again, I implore you to invoke to channels to channel that quote by Cy, which is that an educated customer is our an educated consumer is our best customer. If you go and shop around, you are not going to beat that. I guarantee it. And finally, to quote Captain Kirk, think impossibilities. There's all kinds of things you can do with your website. And as I said before, our main mission is solving business problems. We enjoy doing that, and that's really the name of the game. So we have one more service to go through, and that is what we're calling our marketing artisan, and that of course is kind of a standard graphic design service, and we do all sorts of marketing materials and infographics, sales presentations, posters, and the name of the game there of course is to make sure that all of your marketing imagery is consistent, as well as being professionally presented and crafted. And that too is only $50 an hour. And by the way, all this stuff is quoted in advance and firm, so you have no surprises. In short, Coastal Graphics provides value, integrity, experience, and results. We've been a word-of-mouth business for a long time, and we depend on word-of-mouth to bring us more business. So we just don't want to. Our goal is not to just close a sale. Our goal is to create a relationship with you and build on that relationship for many, many years to come. If you're successful, we're successful. If you are not successful, then we're not successful. And we realize that. So thank you for listening to my presentation. And remember, if you're not serious about your online presence, you're not serious about your business. Have a great day.